Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
For a second. Okay.
All right. Hi, everybody. Captain's Jug of Thoughts. How you doing? Huh? How are ya?
How's everybody doing out there?
Cap's awake.
I am.
We had to come in and wake him up.
Yeah. A little,
We set up a whole radio studio while he was snoozing on the couch.
Yeah, I didn't even know. So
That's pretty
for those
funny.
of you out there who want to ever rob me, just wait until I'm home.
Just wait till you hear the snoring.
I won't hear a thing, I promise.
It's like a cartoon. Like they're in your bedroom, like getting the TV, and then they hear the snoring stop. They're like, "Shit!" I slip him some Ambien.
That's just me stopping breathing.
Oh, he's dead. Good. All right. There's a lot to hit today. Jesus Christ.
There sure is, buddy.
Whew.
What a week.
What? Fuck.
What
All
a
right.
fucking year.
Let's go. Yeah, I remember seeing something that was funny. I was like, man, what a year this week's been.
Yeah.
Remember when it snowed like 2.5 weeks ago?
I know.
The fuck?
It went from snow to fucking 82.
Yeah, it was 85 the other day.
Yeah. I heard it was 91. It hit 91 in like the city.
Jesus.
I was like, oh my fucking God. It was it was 42 last week.
Yeah, that's what's weird. Like midsummer, if it's like July, you're like, yeah, summer gets hot. But
Sure.
It's like there was literally like snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Like you had to shovel your walk snow on the ground.
And
like
we're-
at the beginning of the month.
Right. And we were bitching that it was like uncommonly cold for this time of year. And then it became uncommonly hot for this time of year.
I think they do have a weather machine, and somebody just like bumped into it. Or it's like they got a new weather machine, like I have a new podcast recorder, and they're like trying to figure it out.
It's like,
dude, you got the snow coming in May. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like that movie with Jim Carrey.
Where's God?
No.
The Truman Show.
Yeah, the Truman Show.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Where the other guys
when he
got
tries to like go in the fucking ocean. And
Yeah.
They're like, waves, we need more waves.
Exactly.
He'll get scared.
Let's fuck with them. Let's give them snow in May.
Yeah.
Sir, is this a mistake on the paperwork? You have it snowing on Wednesday and then 85 on Friday. It's like, nah, dude, we're throwing everything at these fucking...
No, let's see what they do.
Yeah. Oh, they went fucking crazy. Oh, that's what... Okay.
They're
All right.
already having a pretty tough year. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, let's see how much abuse these things can take.
Right.
Like weird dominatrixes.
Right.
Yeah, seriously, that's it. We don't know the safe word for the universe. We don't know the safe word to yell to be like, stop it.
Right.
All right, let's...
We thought that it was unicorn urine, but
No,
that
said
one
that
didn't
a lot,
work.
yeah.
That one didn't work, so we'll get it one of these days.
All right, first, let's say thank you to everybody who came out to that porch show.
Yeah,
Last week.
That was fantastic.
That was great, and like we had to shoot a thing, and then we decided to make a whole thing out of it, and tie it in with what you guys are doing with the takeout, and like mad people came out.
Yeah, it was really fun, and almost everyone had a really good time.
Yeah, 99 point. Well, the people who mattered had a good time. Look. If you're so fucking petrified, if you watch so much of the news and you spend so much of your day on Facebook that you literally have gotten yourself to the point, you frothed yourself up to the point where you think the air is going to kill you, maybe don't go to a public event.
Right.
All right? And I know nobody else can say these things. I'm not tied to any of this shit other than I'm the guy who's singing with the fucking guitar.
Right.
So I can say, like, Facebook has just ruined you people. It has ruined you fucking people. And a lot of people found this show through Facebook, so it's a weird type of evil I need to use to get this shit out there.
Yeah.
But it's destroyed these people. And the comments, and you've all turned into fucking children.
Yeah.
And it's just for attention. And if the first one didn't get enough attention, the next one gets more dramatic.
Yep.
Dorks.
And I don't, I see why so many people, take temporary breaks from it and shut their accounts down and stuff like that because they just cannot handle the...
It's a fucking sucks.
I don't even know how to put it, but like
the cuntiness. There's no other word. It's not just one it's everybody is cunty. We'll get into more of it later because it's like everywhere. Like I turned off all notifications. Like, I don't get any notifications.
Right.
So when I put shit out, I just put it out.
Yeah.
It's an asshole. It's a toilet. It's supposed to be flushed that way. Nothing comes back in. It really is. It's the world's toilet.
No, you're absolutely right.
Everybody has toxic sludge inside of them. They need to get rid of it. They go to Facebook, which is the world's toilet. They all over the place.
Yep.
And then every day people open up their phones. The first thing they do, they open their phone and they're like, there's nothing but turds in here. Like, yeah, of course. It's the world's fucking toilet.
Really fucking stinks in here.
It truly is the worst fucking place in the world. And now that people are locked inside, they're using it too much. It's a fucking drug. It's like a weird drug that everybody's on.
It is.
And there's people who who are super addicted to it.
Yeah, it's almost it's worse than heroin. It's almost worse than the heroin epidemic.
At least heroin addicts write good music.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously, you ever hear the Velvet Underground? Fucking rules. Imagine if fucking he was just shooting Facebook into his veins all day. It would just be cunty, shitty thing. You shouldn't have parked there. Like, just people being cunts because there's some sort of tingly sensation out of it when there's controversy. When they say something shitty, they don't even believe half of this shit. They just like to stir it up because like they're like children who learned a curse word.
Right.
They want it. They're trying it out. It's fun. It's fun to go say something shitty and then someone else gets upset and you're like, ha, I upset you. It's so cunty. You all suck. Stop it. Stop. It's the fucking worst. But also, go like our page and recommend it and give us a 5-star.
Exactly.
Am I going too far?
Right.
Am I being too shitty about this? We're trying to be like, hey, everybody come to the next one. And if you do something wrong, we're going to yell at you on a show.
Yeah.
No, but anyone who's getting shit on this show provoked. It's not coming from nowhere.
No, it's not. And and we told people to practice social distancing, and we've actually gone as far as we went in just in case, and because we are debating and thinking about doing it again. We're not doing it this Friday, but like next Friday. We went and bought a bunch of masks that we're going to hand out.
Sure.
Because I think that it's fucking bullshit that anyone would blame the jug.
Yeah.
For trying to fucking show a little fucking a little bit of light in this hazy, crazy period of time. And
obviously certain people are addicted to negativity.
Right.
And when there's not enough of it, they create it.
So
because when they're throwing a tantrum,
we want people to be safe.
Of course. We don't want anybody to get this shit.
No.
But we also don't spend all day on Facebook driving ourselves to the point where they think if we make eye contact with someone, we're all going to drop dead.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Exactly. So...
Well, here's the thing. We're like, well, we'll give out masks. Like, are we not doing, like, they're acting like we're not doing anything. Like, we're on the fucking porch. Right. Everybody's standing in the street like it's the town is, like, everyone just wandered in out of another place. Like, it's it's a fucking ghost town from a Western. We're definitely making some changes and trying to stay within the lines. But,
I mean, there's other states that are completely fucking open.
The people in the Ozarks are having a goddamn pool orgy.
Yeah.
Looks like a fucking Motley Crue video down there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I've got a bunch of friends that live down south in various places, and they're like, it's pretty much back to business as usual now,
Right, and we'll see how that plays out.
We will, but we're not taking it even close to that line.
No.
And
well, here's the thing: if you got a genuine issue about it, you would talk to the people.
Yeah.
To go publicly on Facebook like a fucking teenager and do that shit is just because it's people who just want attention and they want the negativity, but that negativity is going to bring, and then I think there's a lot of people who are going to see that and go, oh, fuck you, and double the amount of people are going to come out to the next one. But yeah, dude, it was fucking great, and the recording is out, the audio's up on SoundCloud, and the video will be out very soon.
Yeah, so it's and it was cool. It was like for a couple good causes.
And we wanted to make you guys some money. Because
exactly. Like, I mean, that's another thing about it. Like, I mean, the bills don't go away.
No.
So.
The bills might go away, but the bills.
Yeah, exactly. Porch Fest, the virtual Porch Fest is a cool thing. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's just trying to, what are we all supposed to just stop doing everything?
I know,
it's not going to happen.
No.
It's not. Look at Niles Bar and Grill. You can't stop this shit. No one's just gonna stop. And then everyone's like a toddler, like a teenage, like a fucking little kid. Just, you didn't do the thing that the TV man told me to do. We should just fart in all the masks. All right, listen. I've just been getting raw dogged in the keister by the universe for about 2 months straight, so maybe I'm a little ornery today.
Yeah. Well.
We had like one good day in the middle of all of this shit, and someone's like, "Nah," like, God damn it. Fuck. All right.
I want to hand out those masks that the village are hanging out right now. The ones that they look like a maxi pad.
No, I didn't see
It's
that.
fucking hilarious.
That's
I'm like,
funny.
that was a maxi pad on your face. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying it the other day, and this guy that works for the village walked over to his truck, and he goes, "These?" And I just started dying. I was like, "Yeah, that's them." He's like, "That's what they gave us."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's fucking classic, man." I'm like, it really,
More coverage. I think it's a good thing. More coverage. 3 times as absorbent as the leading brand.
Right.
Did they pour that little blue shit in there and show you how good it was?
You can get the, super heavy breathing ones.
Yeah. That's funny that they use the blue liquid. I think there's some comic who has a bit. And it's like, they probably filmed. They're like, hey, let's do a commercial for these. And they filmed one with red, and they were all like, ugh.
Wait a minute.
Let's see. Anybody got any like blue Gatorade or some Windex or something? Whew. All right.
Man.
All right. And fucking Jesus Christ, man. What else?
Wow.
What else happened this week? I don't know.
So we have some friends in the business, that suffered, quite frankly, a tragedy this week. Everybody go on to the brick by brick,
Yeah.
and try and support
Our
the
friend
BBC
and former guest Ryan Henderson, who is just a good person. Remember how
He really
a couple
is.
minutes ago I said I'm a shit person?
Yeah.
Imagine like Bizarro me.
Yeah, he's fucking
It's
fantastic.
Ryan Henderson. And they've already raised like by this morning it was like over $6,000
Yeah,
for the staff of the place because they were still open.
Which is such a cool thing.
The Brickyard was doing takeout like constantly. Every time I walked by, there was like cars lined up. So all that staff, all right. I mean, if anybody who doesn't know,
they're really, putting their best foot forward for the community during this time, and shout out to everybody that works there.
For real.
Eric and Ken, the owners, and my buddy Steve, the general manager.
Steve's the man.
Yeah, Steve is the man, and did you see the stained glass window?
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Is that fucking cool or what?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the whole thing's shitty, but it's amazing that the stained glass window was completely 100% intact, like that they had gotten from that old church. Like
that's starting to like lean into the fact where I called you that night and was like, I'm starting to think this whole God thing might have been sort of true. And we really pissed this motherfucker off. Because he's like, dude, everything, the plague, the murder hornets, send it all.
Yeah.
The fires.
Let's get this shit done.
Yeah, these motherfuckers have gone too far.
They're really making me mad.
Have you seen this honey boo boo shit? They need to go. These motherfuckers need to go. All right. Yeah, dude, that's pretty terrible. But here's positive. Nobody fucking died.
No one was actually even injured, as far as I know, which is fucking great. Like,
that's amazing.
As terrible as the whole thing is.
But that adds to the weirdness, dude. Like, what the fuck? How weird shit is, and how just it keeps getting weirder and weirder, and like the weirdest, dumbest, most awful things keep happening, like one after the other.
Yeah.
And that being in the middle of all this, I mean, if anybody doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, the Brickyard is like the bar in Lewiston.
It is.
And then 4 years ago they bought the building next door and turned it into the Brickyard Brewing Company.
Yep.
Big, beautiful 2-floor balcony, fucking big, beautiful ass building.
Yeah, they bought the house that was behind it,
and then that's the brewery.
And connected it all. Like
they're building a kingdom.
Yeah. And they've been doing a fucking great job.
Yeah,
like,
dude, it's literally the spot.
Way.
It's the fucking spot in Lewiston.
They've done fantastic
that place
things.
Is Lewiston. The whole town is there. Like, that's the fucking spot.
Right.
So, what was it? Was it Wednesday? What's today? Thursday? It was Tuesday, right? Today's Thursday? Dude, I'm lost in all this whole shit.
So
I don't even know. Yeah, like, I've had one thing to do for the last 2 months. It's hard to track shit.
Having a difficult time.
Yeah. I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was, because we were going to do one. Yes, it was. It was Tuesday night.
Yeah, because we did talk about...
We're watching...
we were like, wow, we're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow.
Yeah. We're watching... We're watching Django, and I'm hearing... Like, we live, like, a couple... like 3 blocks away or something, and, like, kitty corner from there. Like, we're right off Center Street, really.
Right.
And and I'm hearing sirens. And it's usually not rare that you hear sirens, but this was a lot of sirens.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, they're doing COVID shit at somebody's birthday. But then I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah,
that's weird. And they're getting louder. And I'm like looking out the window because I'm waiting to see like flashing in the lights, like something's happening. I'm like, I don't know. I don't see shit. And then we'd stop and then we kept getting louder. And I heard like, it's so ominous and weird because it's so weird to think back on the night because you don't know what the fuck is happening. Yeah. Now we know. It's a few days later. The story's over. We know. It's so weird to think like I vaguely remember hearing like a meh, 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 like way in the distance. I thought it was like a car alarm or something. Or
really?
I have no idea. I vaguely remember that. And then the sirens on with that noise.
Yeah.
And then it was like really loud. It sounded like there was a million fire trucks outside our house. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I look out this window that we're on top of the hill, and it looks down over this little section of the town and right towards where the brickyard is. And like, I'm looking, I'm like, I don't know. And then it's hard to tell because I'm like, there's like Center Street, all the lights are on, and every other light in Lewiston's off. So there's like a glowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I turn and I go to shout down the hallway to Lee, and I'm like, come tell me if I'm fucking crazy. Come look at this. Does this look weird out here? And by the time I got back to the window, I looked out and it was like, yo. What the fuck? Like you said you had heard some combustion tank blew up or something.
Right.
And my neighbor said she heard an explosion.
Yeah.
I probably did too. I just didn't register it.
Sure.
But I was also watching Django, so it was just, Samuel L. Jackson yelling and saying the N-word and shit. Maybe I missed it. But I looked out and dude, it looked like a fucking drone strike. Like it was a ball of fire above the trees.
I know.
And it was crazy. I was like, yo, like something's happening. And we're always, every time there's sirens, I think I think some crazy shit's about to happen. I always think that. And it finally is.
Right.
And I always think the government's going to take over, and they finally did.
Right.
But yeah, dude, that was crazy. So we went and threw on some fucking clothes real quick and went out, and we're walking through the parking lot of the church across the street, and I'm looking up at this biblical fucking fire that's happening.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I just keep saying what the fuck over and over because we're already in the craziest shit that I've ever lived through.
Yep.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? And like we walk through and I'm trying to figure out what it is. I thought it was the Frontier House at first. And like you come down to that one street, like where the Chinese restaurant is, you look down, you're looking right at it. And I was in my head, I'm like, I'm about to turn the corner and see a big Frontier House shaped fire.
Exactly.
Just a big square fire of that thing blowing up. And then I'm thinking somebody burned it down on purpose because that building's been sitting there for fucking how many years?
Fucking 20 years, fucking empty and then withering away. It's
trying to sell it and nobody buys it. And then, it's a beautiful building. But I was like, the owner finally just said fuck it and just burned the place down.
Well, Hastings is a fucking moron. I don't care that I said his name.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, we're coming for you. I don't know who that is, but
he owns the Frontier House.
Well, he's an arsonist as far as I'm concerned. That's what I thought was happening.
Right.
And I look and I'm like, that's not it. We're trying to figure out what it is, and there's a ton of construction going on. That's another weird. I don't want to say blessing in disguise, but it's like, all right, the fact that it's a pandemic. That was my thing. I was like, I hope it's a business on Center Street. Yeah. Because that means nobody's there. Be empty. Yeah. I was like, if this is somebody's house, there's fucking dead motherfuckers on the corner.
Right.
Which is not a pleasant thing. So, and the two buildings next to the brickyard on either side are under construction.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm like, all right, like, shit, like, I mean.
Well, that's brewed and bottled, right?
Yeah. Brewed and bottled was there. They're going on the other side now?
No, they're on the other side of BBC now, yeah. So,
Jesus.
Which is going to back that project up, I'm sure. If it's it was practically connected to BBC.
Yeah,
and BBC
it's that whole row right there. Yeah,
yeah, and BBC was the one that really suffered the most damage.
Yeah, the roof by far. Is gone.
Yeah, it was just a giant 3-story hole through the middle of it.
So yeah, we come around and like we're walking through, and the whole time Lee's like, "Let's stay out of the main drag and the main street." I'm just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "Slow down." I'm like, I'm freaking out. I gotta see what the fuck's going on. And we come up and there's just mad people out. Kids, like a lot of young kids.
Yeah,
I don't know what the fuck's. I have no idea.
I knew a bunch of people that went up there with their kids.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. There was just tons of people out watching. The cops are caution taping and we're looking at the fucking brickyard. But you can tell it's the roof of the BBC was just engulfed.
Right.
See, I've seen some fires and shit, but the fire in the distance, so creepy. Like in the parking lot of the church, quiet, empty, dead of night, Lewiston, nothing happening in the middle of a pandemic a quarantine for Christ's sake. Like the quietest shit ever. And you look up and I'm just seeing like the sky burning. I'm like, this is fucking biblical. This is some shit. Who pissed off a gypsy? What the fuck is this? And I'm just rambling nonsense, and there's just mad people watching, and the fire department kicks ass. Holy shit, dude! They came in and just handled that shit.
Yeah,
like, because that could have spread to all the buildings, the houses behind it. Like, they took care.
Sure.
Of, I mean, obviously, like, I think, like we said, there's like an explosion. Like, something accelerated the shit out of this fire because the whole roof just was up and gone. And like, dude, we were like, well, and like I said, this is the bar in town. Yeah, like we've all been going to that bar since we were fucking teenagers. Sorry.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But like, you know, I'm like, I can't believe I'm watching this right now. I can't believe this shit is happening. And Lee's like, I'm in my pajamas, and I'm like, first of all, she's in a tank top and shorts like she is every day, anyways. Like, girl, I don't understand what the difference is. And she's like, I'm in my pajamas. And I look around, I'm like, everybody's in there. I look at what I'm wearing, which I didn't even notice. I'm wearing literally like a wife beater and a flannel and a pair of shitty like basketball shorts and boots I just threw on. I look like an extra in a Kid Rock video. And I had a bandana on my head. I was like, I look like a fucking idiot right now. And I look in front of me, and there's a kid standing there with no shirt on filming it.
Right.
And I'm like, this motherfucker don't even have a shirt. And she's like,
at least I got a shirt.
Yeah, she's like, she's gonna hear you. I'm like, he knows he doesn't have a shirt. Like, this shit is...
Hey, I'm the kid with no shirt. He's like, talking about me.
Yeah. I'm like yelling. I'm like, the world is fucking burning. The fucking world is burning down around us. Who gives a shit?
Right.
And we're watching this, and like, at the time,
he threw his shirt in the fire.
Mm-hmm. And everybody's around talking about like what, you know, they think it is. And some girl was talking who said, I used to work there, and the thing in the basement was this, and I don't know, man. But like, we were like, hopefully nobody was in there, which it turns out nobody was.
Right, which is just about what every person was like asking and trying to figure out for the first hour or two. Right. You know, and then we kind of got confirmation from some of the employees there that there was no one. So,
yeah. Well, that's the thing again. Like we were saying, like if there wasn't a quarantine happening, if there like that might, but I don't know. Then somebody would have been there to like hear the alarm before it got too bad or something.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, those questions are always going to go through your head,
everybody's head,
you know, and everybody that works there's head.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Sure. I'm just a dude who lives over there.
Well, I know, like, but yeah. So yeah, could that it have been prevented had it been not a pandemic right now, or
slowed down? Yeah,
or would there be fucking 50 people dead?
Yeah, people sitting in there, and then all of a sudden a combustion tank fucking blows up.
Yeah,
dude, because it wasn't like a fire that crept up a wall; it was a fucking explosion.
Right. So
I'll never forget looking out. I look out that window every day. And Lewiston is the most peaceful, quaint little town in the world. I know. Looking out and seeing, like, it looked, like I was saying, dude, it looked like that old grainy, like a night vision shit you used to see of, like, Iraq. Like, it was like that. It was a fucking explosion. Like, there's been fires. Someone's shed burned down, like, a couple years ago around the block. There's fires, you know.
Yeah, sure.
A car fire, whatever. This was a fucking explosion. This looked like a goddamn drone strike.
Yeah, my buddy, I got, like, a random text that just said, holy shit. The brickyard is ablaze, and I was like, on fire? Question mark? Because I was
or is everybody smoking weed?
I was like, I mean, I feel like that's what he's talking about, but like, I hope that's not what he's saying, you know. And then he's like, yeah, the fucking sky is lit up right now, and I was like, I called him like as soon as he sent the second text, and I was like, holy fuck, what?
Yeah.
And then you called me.
Yeah, I should have I just left the house too early. I should have brought my phone, and I wanted to be the first one to tell somebody. God damn it. It wasn't. And then because I called you and you picked up, you're like, yeah. Yep. Like, hey, bud, it's that weird thing where you're like, what's up? You heard it?
Oh, you already know?
Oh, yeah? Like, we're waiting for the other one? You're like, I know. I'm like, dude, I was like standing at the end of my driveway. I was like, dude, I can't even fucking believe what I'm looking at right now.
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Like, smoke in the sky, and there was still, by the time we had walked away, like, we had watched it from a few different angles. By the time we had walked away, it was pretty much out. But there was still some, like, in the back, the flames and shit.
Right.
Whew, it was fucking crazy, dude. Like, that's not like, oh, man, there was a kitchen fire at the restaurant. It was like, the BBC exploded like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, like, I know I'm trying to, giggling, making kid with no shirt jokes and everything, but everybody's fine, and nothing but love for everybody involved.
Absolutely, 100%.
But Jesus Christ, what else has to happen for, like, humor? If we can't deal with anything with humor, we're not going to get through this, because apparently the Lord is pissed, and he's going to throw everything at us.
Yeah.
You know what it is, dude? It's the Grinch. The ending of The Grinch is beautiful because The Grinch steals Christmas. Spoilers, sorry. If anybody hasn't seen it.
How dare you?
How dare you? I haven't watched it yet. It came out in like 1936.
I've been like that was out of my list. It's coming up.
Citizen Kane and then that.
Yeah.
But okay, so the Grinch steals Christmas, and then he's waiting for all the Who's to come out and be all sad and shit. And what do? They circle around the tree, they hold hands, and they fucking they fucking sing their way through the shitty giftless Christmas. That's what we have to do as people. We have to get together, no matter how shitty things are. You got to hold hands and welcome Christmas, blah blah blah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
And then hopefully that shitty ass Grinch will come back with our fucking
social
presents.
distance hold hands though.
Yeah, really.
From 6 feet apart.
I don't want to get any Facebook comments.
We don't want to get in trouble.
I know, but you can't. Like, if you're going to comment on Facebook, you got to expect things to come back at you. Okay, so everybody's all right. The building took a pretty bad hit. I walked by, like the next morning, and I was like, dude, the whole neighborhood smelled and shit. It's just crazy. I haven't seen a crazy fire like that since fucking Jackie's parents' house on River Road.
Yeah.
When I'm pretty sure me and Andy left your house, and we were driving down River Road at like 3 a.m, and like it was blocked off back to like Dutton, and there was smoke. Like we were driving, and we're like getting foggy tonight, huh? Like because it was smoke in the thing, and like, dude, there was like ashes. Like my parents lived like kind of near there, and there was like ashes like on their car and shit. Like anyway, fucking fire can suck a dick. It's the worst. I'm terrified of fire.
Well, yeah.
And my sweet angel loves to plug 1,000 things into the same outlets all the time, man. So it just makes me fucking like right now. I'm in my head. My house is on fire right now. Dude, it was fucked up. It was crazy, but thank fucking Christ nobody was in there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, thank God.
And once again, that was the most beloved. The whole town is behind this place. You could literally burn down the school. You could burn down City Hall. You could burn down everything. But you burn down the bar, and everyone's like, "Fuck you! We're building this shit."
Yeah.
All
right, let's do this.
We're now the clock. As soon as the pandemic is lifted, I need somewhere to go drink.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hang out with my wife.
I've already beat her up 4 times.
So once again, brick by brick is Ryan Henderson has started this, and I think we're doing some sort of live stream concert thing. He's working on a whole situation, and also like in the first 2 days they raised a ton of money.
Yeah,
and it's fucking great.
It is.
And I did see.
I love like community outreach like that.
I wanted to see what was going on with that, so I was looking at some of it on Facebook, and here it goes back to our theme of the show. And he's like, here's the thing I put up. If you can, like, donate for the staff. And I really want to help these people out. I love them.
Right.
And literally, like, a comment is like, don't use GoFundMe. They take off 10%. They're fucking scam artists. And Ryan's like, dude, I'm just trying to do a nice thing here.
Jesus.
And it's like, really? Like, can you people are addicted to being shitty.
Yeah.
You're addicted to the negativity of it now.
Absolutely.
They can't help themselves. I could literally put up a video of someone saving a baby from that fire, and they'd be like, overpopulation, some people have to die. Like, fucking, some babies have to die. Now who's going to pay for the diapers? Our taxes? Like, what the fuck do you think's happening? Do you think you're making a statement? Do you think people are reading that going, oh, this guy's really smart? No, they're saying this guy's a fucking asshole. That's what everybody thinks when they see whatever you post on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
What
absolutely.
a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
They have to know that by now. Whatever. Anyways.
No, they do not.
Let's burn down Facebook. Why do beautiful, awesome bars that are places of like positivity and people coming together and having a good time? Why is that burned down? Burn down Facebook.
Right. I'm in. Sign me up.
Jesus Christ. All right. It's just, dude, like, everything sucked. It's like you could just be kind of cool about the apocalypse. Don't be a dick during the apocalypse. That's the least thing anybody could do.
Yeah, it's really not even that hard.
No. All right. So, okay. Also, the street was flooded with people watching this fire. One mask.
Yeah.
One dude in a mask was looking around, and we're all inhaling whatever the fuck's burning off of this building. If ever there was a time to wear a mask.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's one guy with a mask looking around going, I'm sure he looked around and saw nobody and was like, oh, fuck this, and then took his mask off.
Dude, I was in Rite Aid last night, and I was the only person in there wearing a mask, and I was like, did they lift the fucking ban? And I just didn't hear about it. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. And then, like, the manager came out, and the person that was in line, she was like, well, at least use the pen. And I was like, okay, they did not lift the ban. That's like, because like it was like some like 18-year-old kid who was probably too shy to say anything to these people.
Right.
You know, and she came out and like had this look of disgust on her face, you know, and I was just like, what the fuck is it? And I'm trying to figure it. And then she goes, well, at least use the pen. And I was like, oh.
Don't take it personally. Everybody takes everything so personally. That's the problem with Facebook, because it's not the newspaper, it's your newspaper with your name on it and pictures of you and your grandkids. So like you take everything in the world, so everyone's so sensitive now that they see you without a mask. Like, you're killing my grandma. It's like,
I know.
No, I just forgot. Sorry. It's taking a little getting used to. I got to tie a bandana on my face like Billy the Kid every time I want to get a fucking drink.
Dude, you want to hear something hilarious? In the falls, in all the corner stores, they have signs that say, please remove your mask before coming in.
I saw that, yeah.
Because they're all getting held up.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Please remove your mask before coming in.
That's so funny.
It was like, oh, God, the falls.
Yeah. It's just such different...
It's a different world, and it's only 10 miles from here. It is.
Yeah. So, all right. This whole thing, they get the fire out. There's smoke blowing. I had another friend text me and say at like midnight and was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know the brickyard's on fire. I'm like, I noticed. Like, she knows where I live. She know, like, how would that pass me by?
You know where I live, right?
It sounded like a goddamn, like there was a fucking airstrike coming in. Like, there was so many sirens. Then we go back home, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I spent it was like 85 degrees that day. I spent the whole day building this fucking canopy bed, so I was sweating my balls off and, like, exhausted. And then we come back. So our first night in our new bed was this night.
Right.
So I'll always have that memory.
Well, that's sweet.
And we came back, and I was like, what the fuck? And I'm just saying what the fuck over and over again. I just couldn't fucking believe it. I still can't fucking believe it. I can't believe I looked out my window and saw that.
Right.
That was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
That was fucking nuts. And then we finally go to sleep. Fucking Matt the cat has some sort of issue with this new bed situation because he's just constantly fucking meow. He comes in the room and just starts yelling at us. I don't know what his fucking problem is. He's like, I'm fat. I can't get up there.
A little high, guys. A little high.
So we finally get to sleep, and about 4:30, woken up out of a dead sleep by an explosion. I can't, just a huge pop. To me, it sounded like a firework, like one of those really sharp but deep fireworks that has the little after.
Sizzle.
Yeah, the sizzle after. Yeah. That's what it sounded like to me. And we both woke up, and Lee goes, what the fuck was that?
Right.
Like, immediately. And I'm like, what now? What now?
Yeah.
Like, for real, what now? I'm thinking maybe it was like, some drunk guy with a firework, or my neighbor was like, I thought it was a gun, because as I saw my neighbor the next morning, and she's walking her dog, and we were like, crazy fucking night, huh? And she goes, nobody in my life says fuck this much. Sorry. Every impression I have is just like, hey, what the fuck? Like, nobody talks like that. It's me. I'm unintelligent. I'm trash. I don't know if you picked that up in 50 episodes. So
we've already spoke about it a couple times this show.
Yeah. Just to let you know. I'm aware. So, and she's like, let me ask you something. And as soon as she said that, I was like, 4 a.m. explosion? She's like, yeah. What was that? She's like, I thought it was a gun. I was like, it sounded like a firework. Maybe it was they were working on the structure and they had to like take part of the roof down and it just fell and bit. You know what I mean? I don't know what it was, but I was like, I don't care. I don't know. Nothing. Like, that's what we were saying. Like, what else?
Right.
Like, Elvis comes back and he's like, I've been alive this whole time. We would just be like, not now.
Yeah.
Not now.
Try next year.
I can't deal with this shit right now, dude. Go back to wherever the fuck you were.
2021 might be a better time for this.
Yeah. You got to give us a minute. Not right now. Let me call you back.
Yeah.
Fucking
oh my god.
Well, I said any second now I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be 2006 and I'm gonna be in the field at Darien Lake at a Phil Lesh show tripping balls, and this whole thing's gonna be a wacky hallucination.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
14 years.
Just I don't know, but yeah, nothing but love and positivity towards them.
Absolutely.
We're working on this brick by brick thing. Ryan's doing a great job. I know.
Yeah, go and support your community. Support the local business who's been there to support all of you this whole time.
It's so weird that like as the weather's getting nicer, things are getting worse. Like, it's so weird. It's so bizarre.
Well, it's about to turn around.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Like, it's always darkest before the dawn.
Yes.
And we're sitting there going, any minute now.
Yeah.
The sun's going to come up any minute now.
Yep.
All right.
It's going to happen.
Fuck. All right. Let's. What do you got? We want to take a break? You want?
Yeah. Let's take a little quick break.
Okay, Captain's Jug of Thoughts.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.
And here's another thing. Well, no, for real though. Like, people can't write, so everyone's trying to write shit on the internet. And like, if you say, "Oh, Godfather 3 is the best Godfather," all your friends go, "What the fuck, you idiot!" But they're your friends, and they say it with that lightness in their voice.
Yeah.
Write that. Imagine that conversation written down.
No.
And the response is, "What the fuck, you idiot!"
Yeah.
It's a little harder when you read it on the screen.
It
You're
does.
like, Jesus.
Absolutely.
So talk to each other with your voices.
Yeah.
That's why I try to get my point across on this show. All right, I've calmed down. I'm sorry.
So, what are we going to do here? We're going to make the second half of the show fun?
Yeah. So I was reading about Anne Frank, and that was really that horrible situation.
That's where we're going? I did not expect that.
Well, we tried to have fun once, and everybody yelled at us.
Yeah, I know. We got in trouble when we had fun.
I know.
So we'll just go back to talking about shitty things.
We're the kids in the back of the class farting and spitting spitballs. That's
Right.
who we are. We
I know.
can't help it. I'm sorry.
We really are.
All right.
Been doing it for fucking 30 years.
Yeah. You texted me a bunch of stuff to talk about. One of them is boner citrus shrooms.
Yeah.
Well, wait, and you did. There was a typo. It said bone citrus shrooms.
Yeah, I know.
And then you texted one after that said boner.
Right.
So as I saw them coming in, I just saw a text from you that said boner,
You're right. Yeah.
who is a nickname of our friend. I'm like, what about him?
Well, it's a nickname of two of our friends.
I was like, I hope he's not labeling a picture. All right, boner citrus shrooms.
Yeah, so this dude comes into the bar this one night, and he's all fucked up. And I'm like, God damn, what the hell's he on? You know? And I go over, and I'm talking to him, and we're all standing there, and he's wearing this, like, it wasn't a mink coat, but it almost looked like one, okay? Yeah. And we're talking, and, like, I can just smell, like, it smells like fucking, like an orange tree. You know, it's very citrusy, you know?
That's kind of nice.
And, yeah, it was great. And I'm like, holy cow, I'm like, that's like, it was like really, really strong. And I'm like, dude, you guys smell that? And, he's like, smell what, man? And I'm like, I don't like citrus, you know? And he's like, nah, dude. And I'm like, no. I'm like, do you smell it? And, my other buddy's like, yeah. He's like, fucking, it's like really like, you know?
Yeah, like we're in an orange grove.
Yeah, it was crazy, you know? So we're sitting there, we're talking, like 10 minutes go by, and we're laughing, we're talking. All of a sudden, he pulls an orange out of his pocket and starts eating it. And I go, hey, fucker. And he's like, what? And he's eating this orange. I go, you didn't think 10 minutes ago when I said it smells like really citrusy and orangey in here, maybe it's the orange in my pocket? He goes, oh, sorry, do you want one? He had like 6 of them in his fucking pockets. And I go, no, I don't want one, but I would appreciate it if you said, hey, I got a pocket full of oranges. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, and we don't know who this was. Is this a friend of ours, or is this just
boner?
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you said just this guy.
No, it's
So
the
it was
other
him?
boner, though.
All right. Well, who's the other one? Oh, God damn it. You know, trying to keep all your anonymity is really putting us in a fucking tough situation.
I
here.
know, sorry.
Well, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So it was an odd, just
It's
a
the
guy.
same one that was in the hit and run in Tennessee.
Oh, the citrus. Why didn't I put that together?
Right.
Of course. He's also called boner?
Yes, he is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you know that guy, of course he has orange in it. And
I
you
know.
smell citrus, you're like, it's 100% him.
I know, but like when I asked and he said like acted like I was crazy, I was like, I'm like, that's really weird. Like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe it's not him.
That's hilarious.
But it was sure enough, it was him. Here, yeah, man, you want one?
You want one? Well,
I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, I've hung out with this guy once in my whole life, and citrus was heavily involved. There's a carload of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny. I mean, carrying around, that's good, though. That's good. At least
It
you
is.
didn't have a pocket full of eggs.
Right.
That'd be awful.
Right. Yeah, you could just fucking smack his pocket.
Dude, that's happened. That's happened to us, getting eggs out of a chicken coop, and then you forget they're there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it sucks. That's a dry cleaning situation.
Right.
That's hilarious. Well, that's a nice citrus smell, you know.
Yeah, I mean, citrus is a great smell, you know. You know that skunks do not like citrus.
Really?
Little fun fact.
This dude has never been skunked.
No.
That's good to know. I haven't had too many as the skunks, because skunks were a big part of the show last year.
Yeah, I know.
Because there was a lot of them.
Skunks were everywhere. Yeah.
Skunks were seriously getting their fuck on last year.
Yeah. So what I started, I read up on this actually, and so I started to throw like all the lemons and that were starting to turn. Yeah. At the end of the shift, at the end of the night, I'd like spread them out throughout the like edge of the property when I was like taking the garbage out and stuff. Nice. I'd like throw them like around because they're gonna decompose anyway. But I'm like
sort of a vampire.
There's so many. Yeah, exactly.
Garlic
like
situation.
Garlic. Yeah.
You start wearing them around your neck.
Yeah. Smell like citrus in here.
That's really funny.
Oh, maybe it's that necklace you're wearing. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Anybody else smell garlic? Before when we had Pete on the show a long time ago, we talked about drunken fishermen.
Yeah.
Which is what this was like a getaway you guys used to do?
Yes.
It was a little vacation.
Super fun vacation. Yeah, he did it like 3 years in a row. And the one my brother was there, and so it's like a large piece of property with a cabin on it. And then you cross over a creek, and you can ride you ride the 4-wheeler like through the creek. It's only 6 inches deep.
What's the difference between a creek and a crick? Is that just a semantics argument? Is it just the way people say it?
I think so. What I've noticed around here, because we have Creek Road that runs right through the middle of connects Youngstown and Lewiston, basically. It's our whole community, like big road kind of. I noticed that anyone that's like over 55 calls it Crick Road.
Crick Road?
I've come to this realization recently, and I started putting it together when I would say it, like, and anyone they'd be like, one time we were coming up Crick Road, and I'm like, huh. I'm like, they changed the name like 20 years ago.
People just started saying it differently. Who's right? That's what I'm worried about. Who's right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You know what I mean? Is it sort of like we eventually stopped calling the Indians, like Native? They started calling them Native Americans because after how many 100 years, we're like, you guys know we're not in India, right?
Right.
That should have been like something that was solved on like day one.
It really should have.
So who's right? I just want to be right. Is it crick or crick? Creek?
I don't know. Somebody out there, if anyone knows the answer, write it in, and then next show we will let everyone know which one's right.
Yeah, we'll finally put this to bed. All right, so there's a crick or creek.
Yeah. So that you cross over, and my brother had just gotten a new weed whacker. So, you take the path. There's a path that, because of all the 4-wheeler action, like that goes up the mountain. So every 15 or 20 feet, my brother cleared a section that was just big enough for a tent. All the way up the fucking mountain. He was up there for like half the fucking day. It was crazy. Like he made like spots for probably 30 or 40 tents.
Just up the hill, just spotted up around the hill.
Yeah, because it was all overgrown grass outside the path, outside the 4-wheeler path. So he off the 4-wheeler path made like a small walkway and then like a 12 by 12 foot clearing, so that everyone had somewhere to fucking go when they got there with their tent.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
It was fucking really cool. My brother's he's a pretty cool guy.
I would never do a thing. I'm an indoor cat. I don't do stuff like that.
Yeah. So this party goes on, and it is fucking crazy. A meat truck shows up.
Oh, that was the meat truck. You guys talked about that.
Yeah, we did. And so we bought all this meat and fucking threw it on the fucking grill, and it was fucking, everyone was super happy. It was super fun.
When the pole barn gets into the food truck game.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good idea of what they should call it.
Yeah?
The meat truck.
We're going back to that one, huh?
Yeah, that's what they got to call it.
Yeah, that's true.
We're naming the whole fleet of this guy's company, whoever he is.
So at the end of the night, everyone's, most people are passed out. I actually went up the hill at one point, and I found one of my buddies. I've never seen this before or since. Under his tent. He obviously could not find the zipper.
So he just crawled under it?
I think that he thought that he was crawling in it.
So this is a little
and like
snug.
his feet were hanging out like the one end, and his head was hanging out like the side, like kitty corner kind of. You know what I
like
mean?
the Wicked Witch of the West.
It was fucking unbelievable. Like we were like, "Hey man, are you all right?" And he's like, "What?" And we're like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, and he's just like, "Where am I?" We were like, "You're under your tent." And he's just like, well, and he was just out again. And we were like, leave him.
It happens, I guess. They make those zippers hard to find.
Dude, I never saw anything like that. It was so fucking funny.
Do you think he was confused, or you think he just said, fuck it?
Probably both. I think he was very confused at first, and then he just fucking gave up. And then was like, all right, I think I'm in. It's kind of weird, but I think I'm in.
A little more snug than I remember.
Yeah.
Maybe I put it together
like in the
wrong.
morning, it had to be like shocking. Like,
yeah.
Who the hell pinned me under my tent? Because he was like pinned under there, you know?
Yeah, I can picture it with his arms and legs sticking
it was
out.
So fucking funny. So anyway, the night goes on. We're down to maybe 8 or 10 people sitting around the fire, and my brother is like, all right, I'm going to bed. And at that time, our dog, Bailey, my brother's dog that turned into my dog, that was my brother's dog, that was our dog. Yeah. They go up the mountain. And so we're sitting around the fire, and all of a sudden, we just hear, all right, buddy, come on, let's go. And he's like, no. All right, there. Okay, get in. And this is all, we can all hear it coming down the mountain.
Like echoing through the mountain.
Clear as day. And we're all just like, dude, everyone's like, Hardin, that's your brother. I'm like, oh, I know. So then, he gets in the tent, he's like, all right, lay down. No more kisses, buddy. No more kisses. He's like, come on, be a good boy. Bailey. Lay down. Good boy. Okay, good night, buddy. And we all just start dying laughing. And we're like, Shift, you all right up there? He goes, you guys can hear me? We're like, super clearly. He's
so
like, he's
funny.
being a good boy now. Good night.
Just hearing it echoing through the mountain.
Dude, it was fucking fantastic. Like, we're all fucked up. It's the end of the night. We got this little fire still kind of kicking. Oh, my God. We were fucking dying laughing. It was one of the funniest things that I have heard ever in the middle of the night coming down the mountain.
We had, I think the first time I ever saw fish, actually, at Darien Lake. And we were all, went back to the tent after, and we're all laughing, that crazy giggling at everything. And there's, we had one of those big multi-room tents, and, everybody had a room. There's, 6 people in there. Yeah. And everyone's laughing and yelling shit. And then at one point, it just went, and it just stopped. And nobody wanted to break the silence.
Right.
Dude, we all just laid there knowing everybody else is awake.
Sure.
Just silent. We're like, that's special. I didn't want to fuck it up. I didn't want to be the one who said something and have everybody else go, oh, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just
We're doing a thing
silence.
here.
Yeah. Nobody wanted, and I think we all just eventually fell asleep.
No one ever broke the silence?
No. It was great. But I think we've talked about this. I'm having a little deja vu, but we was at some festival and I'm in my tent and everybody we're all yelling shit back and forth, and at one point I just did kind of the same thing. I stopped responding.
Right.
And then everyone's like, my buddies in the other tent are like, Thurman! I'm just not responding, and I just start kind of getting the shit-eating grin, just listening to them yell. And now other people are doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there tripping balls, and the whole campsite is like, Thurman! I'm hearing voices echoing through everywhere of people I don't know, just yelling my name. And I'm just smiling, and they're all yelling it. And then at one point it got quiet, super quiet, and everyone stopped. And I hear my one friend go, yo, bitch, you dead? It was so goddamn funny.
That's fucking great.
It was funny to just not say anything and just fuck with them.
Right.
And just make,
When we were little kids, really little, we used to go to our family friends had a trailer on a piece of property down in the southern tier, and we would go there all the time and set up tents. like it was like 3 families, all with kids between the ages of like 2 and 6.
Right.
You know, and there was like 6 of us kids. So this like terrible storm comes in this one night, like thunder, lightning, just crazy, and like all the kids are like waking up crying, you know, like scared, and all the adults get out of the tents. There's 6 adults and 6 children, you know, and like the 2 of the wives have like both their little kids, like they're like, it's okay, you know, and then they're like, where are your kids? To my parents, and they're like in the tent, and they're like, we don't hear them, and they're like, they're sleeping, and they're like, are you sure? Like, what do you mean? And they're like, how the fuck are they sleeping through this storm? You guys just saw me on the couch.
Yeah,
that's how.
Yeah, really.
I've been like that since I was fucking 4.
But you didn't snore back then.
Probably not.
Because they would have been able to hear you.
No, they thought we were dead. They thought that my parents killed us because we were probably crying in the middle of the night.
Where are your kids? They're
but
like,
we didn't. Yeah,
just enjoy it.
We were just both
enjoy it.
Me and my brother. You know, I was 4 and he was 2, and we were just out.
Yeah, I've never been like that. I've always been like insomniac. Like when I go out, but I always just like I was up all night last night. I don't even remember. Like I just do other shit. A lot of these shows get edited at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. Like because I don't know. I just wake up. I just sleep when my body finally gives up and my brain keeps going.
Right.
You know. So I would have been wide awake in that tent.
Yeah, not us. We were the dead children.
Then there's times like I never really take day naps, but every time I do, I wake up like I'm fucked for the rest of the day. I'm all groggy and shit. I don't feel refreshed.
Really?
Yeah. And you ever seen the movie The Village? It's an M. Night Shyamalan. It's very weird.
I've heard of it, but I don't know. I don't believe that I've seen it. No.
I woke up one day from a day nap and it's that weird, foggy, can't even tell if I'm really awake thing.
Yeah.
And like I walked out, my friends were watching the part in that when like Adrian Brody plays like a mentally handicapped guy who's wearing this crazy monster costume and chasing a blind girl in the woods, and then he felt like it's the craziest shit you've ever seen.
I've never seen that.
Out of context, waking up from a nap.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I'll never forget that creepy feeling where I'm like, is this happening? Is this the news? What the fuck is this?
Right.
There was another time was that Rampage movie where a guy like builds a suit of armor and goes and just like terrorizes the city. Like he's like an incel who goes fucking crazy. And I woke up from a day nap and my friends are watching that. I'm like, this is a movie, right? This isn't like CNN or something. This isn't live.
Yeah. Please tell me this isn't live.
Yeah. Did I miss something?
That's not near us, is it? So, and speaking of, so you were talking about that fire. We went to this party in Barker like 20 years ago, and it was a huge like party on this big piece of property. When we got there during the day, it was like my dad was friends with the guy and the girl that were there. They owned this bar out in Lockport that my dad used to play darts at. And they had a couple kids like me and my brother's age, and this is when I was about 20 or 21. And my dad's like, you guys want to go to this fucking, they're having a big bonfire, and we're like, yeah, let's fucking go. That sounds cool. We knew the guys and everything, so we go out there, and they just have like the biggest stack of wood I've ever seen in the middle of this lot. Like it was like 20 feet high. I was just like, that's gonna be a bonfire. I was like, this is gonna be pretty kick ass, you know. So anyway, this fucking party gets rolling, and day turns into night, and so like there's like this big presentation because there's like fucking probably 200 people at this fucking thing.
Damn.
And they're like, there's like this big presentation where like they like announce like like saying thank you for everyone for coming out. Like, this has been a great day. Let's turn it into a great night. And here we go. Poof, and they fucking light the thing, and
like,
it's
like the Olympics or something.
Yeah, dude, it was cool. Like, I was like, that was badass. They had like, I don't know, lighter fluid all over it or gasoline or something, because it was just like, whoof, like, and I was like, whoa. I was like, there was like a 30-foot high flame immediately. Like,
how
huge.
old are you at this point?
Like 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a young adult.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's cool as shit.
Right. So this party's fucking going on, and then all of a sudden, this like little fight breaks out. Of course,
Sure.
you know, and
Maybe Facebook isn't that bad. People just being shitty to each other online instead of punching each other in the face in real life. All right.
So like they get in this fight, like these guys get in this fight, and like the one guy kind of like gets his ass handed to him a little bit. So like it's over. Like his like girlfriend and her friend or whatever fucking get him in the car and they fucking leave. So we think it's over, and then all of a sudden this car comes flying through the middle of the party, like through the middle of the party.
Jesus.
And just smashes into these people's car.
Oh my God.
Like I was like, what the fuck? And all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
Dude, all of a sudden, everyone there was getting in a fight, like because it ran into it fucked up like 5 cars, you know, because the cars were all on the line, and like he was going like fucking 30 or 40 miles an hour and just smashed this fucking car, and then he yelled out the window, "You fucking cocksucker! I fucking show you, motherfucker!" Like I was like, oh my fucking God, it's that guy that got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And he just fucking fucked that dude's car up and his own. And like 4 other people's cars.
Yeah, it was sort of like a Pee Wee Herman motorcycle situation.
Oh yeah, it
like
totally
they were in a row.
dude.
Yeah.
It was so bad. So then, like, dude, there's just like fucking people are fucking fighting everywhere, and
Like
I
an old
remember, like,
Western.
yeah, it was nuts, dude. And it was dark everywhere except for near the fire, though. So like people were just running out of anywhere, just like fucking punching people. Like I was like, where am I?
Yeah.
This is fucking nuts. And like I run into my dad, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, dude, I don't know. Let's get the fuck out of here. He's like, where's your brother? And I'm like, I have no idea. And he's like, oh, fucking great. You know, like my brother already can't see good to begin with. And now we're at a party where like fucking
dark,
people are running into cars with other cars, and people are just punching people like in the middle of the night. Like it was bizarre, dude. So
That's like everybody was just waiting for something to happen to just go.
That
like,
fire ignited, and then fire ignited.
They were just waiting for something to happen. Like,
Dude,
oh,
it was-
motherfuckers are crashing cars. All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
You know, it's a bunch of hicks, like just fucking a bunch
Yeah.
of farm boys. You know,
I'm sure
like-
there was a crick involved.
they're like-
I'm sure somebody got thrown into a crick.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure that a couple cars ended up in a creek.
That's old car crick.
Yeah, but we ended up finding my brother. But I do remember like having to throw a couple punches.
Damn.
You know, because people were coming like at me.
Yeah.
And it's just like. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm hitting you first, dude. Like, I see your fucking crazy ass.
They just don't. They're not even like fighting they're just fighting anybody.
It was just, and that's what I mean. It was literally like, it was all hell just broke loose.
If
Like,
you were a
everyone-
person, you were gonna get punched.
Yeah, everyone all of a sudden was just mad and angry and needed to hit someone.
That's so crazy.
It was really fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Like when the next time we have my brother on the show, we'll fucking talk. We'll go into maybe a little bit more detail. I don't.
About where he was during all
Yeah,
this.
like because I don't really remember a lot of details, except because I was like kind of in panic mode trying to find him and praying that he wasn't gonna get hit by one of these fucking cars.
Yeah.
like that were fucking. You know, because everyone's peeling out of the place.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
chasing other
Chaos,
people.
it's dark.
Yeah, it was so fucked up. So fucked up.
Jesus, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's my big fire story.
Yeah, fire certainly has an effect on people, doesn't it?
Apparently.
I mean, it's literally the most. If here's how powerful women are. The invention of fire is like, well, not the invention, the discovery of fire is like
Sure.
the most important event in human existence. We
Right.
wouldn't have lasted. And I guarantee you it was started because some cave girl was like, I'm fucking cold. It's so fucking cold. I'm not taking off any of my clothes. I'm fucking cold. And some guy really wanted to get her naked, so he invented fire.
That's how we invented fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Pussy.
The most feminist shit in the world.
Pussy is how we invented fire.
Pussy does anything. Why do you think any of this shit exists? Why do you think you never
The
need
power of pussy.
Why would a boat ever need to be that big? Because some guy's like, eh?
I just thought that was the small cock syndrome.
It's a magical thing. And look what it does. It can destroy, or it can. I know. Well, first half we're talking about this devastating fire. Second half, you're like, dude, it was 30 feet high. I'm like, awesome. Like, it can either be like
That's a big fire.
It can either if you're just burning fucking old wood, it's awesome. It can either be the worst or the best fucking thing in the world.
Right. Again, we're gonna have some fires outside at the jug coming up soon.
Yeah. Socially distant fires.
Socially distant fires for sure. But they're going to be controlled.
Yeah, nobody was socially distant at the fire the other night. Everybody was packed up together, like just getting a view of what was going on.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing how that shit goes out the window as soon as something else happens.
Right.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's kind of what. It's just one thing after the other, and then it's like it's all started with Kobe. Remember Kobe?
Oh my God.
Everybody forgot about Kobe, didn't they? That would have been the craziest shit that happened this year.
It would have.
I bet you there's been a morning where Kobe's wife got up and was like, Kobe, where the fuck is... Oh, yeah. That's probably... What? That's not...
You're so mean.
That's funny. I'm trying to be funny. Like, everybody forgot about... I feel terrible about Kobe. Everybody forgot about Kobe.
I did too. I actually was thinking about him yesterday, which is kind of weird that you brought it up. Like,
well, exactly. That should be all we're talking about.
He was my favorite basketball player.
He's a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah. And,
and that's kind of the first domino that fell. That started, like, I don't know, man. There's always crazy shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta look at like history, and there's always like, Hitler was a real thing that happened.
Sure was.
Sure was, buddy. Like, imagine trying to do a podcast during that shit. Trying to be funny.
Yeah. We would have been fucked.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Although, like, you and I, those are the people that he liked.
Aryan, yeah. Well, we're Irish. We're kind of lower stock of the whites.
Yeah.
We're sort of.
But we could have lied and they would have never known.
Yeah. Killing it, bro.
Yeah.
The mustache, the hair, the yelling, the whole thing. It's great.
Yeah. I love you guys.
Well, yeah. I don't know, man. Just one wild ass thing after the next.
Yeah, I know. So we got 7 months left.
Of what?
6.5. Of turning it around time.
Oh, all right. Why is that? Why that number?
Until 2021.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think the
why that number?
Is that 6? I thought you like heard something I didn't. Like, this whole thing's going to be continued for 6 months.
Just in my head, buddy. Just in my head.
I'm just like, whoa, what the fuck? What do you mean 6 months?
What do you know?
Because you hear every day you hear new
now
things.
What you hear?
Well, there is shit opening up. I know there's a few comedy clubs. June 4th, there's like a bunch of comics going out and like doing shows and
really?
I forgot where, New Hampshire or something, or like Georgia, or I think Tampa, like Florida is opening up.
Yeah, Florida's pretty much open.
Yeah. Well, how's Hot Dog? Has that?
Hot Dog's fucking great. Hot Dog's been business as usual the entire time because he's in construction and they had a lot of projects that were already going on. So as long as you had a project going on already, you continue.
That's what I'm saying. That's sort of the test. It's like if these states open up and everything's copacetic, you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool.
And
then we can just put it on. I'm so sick of talking about this shit.
Yeah.
Like we all
can finally put it to bed.
Yeah, we can finally just put it behind us.
Right. And we'll talk about it on the show in like 3 years. Hey, remember 3 years ago?
Yeah, don't bring it up.
Right.
It's I don't know, man. I'm still like, I was already sort of in a funk, and I'm no stranger to a funk, I'm no stranger to that. But Jesus, walking through the parking lot across the street and seeing a biblical fire of a thing that is a well-respected and loved thing burning.
Right.
I'm just like the symbolism of that. I'm like, in my town, like, even though like, they built the BBC after I quit drinking, so I've literally been in that building like 5 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've always just gone there and eat. The food's great. Everybody there's great.
Sure.
So it's like a good, positive thing in my town. All of us, I'm already depressed as fuck.
Right.
And a nice, positive thing, I'm like, that's awesome. They built that. The double-decker thing they got, it's fucking cool as shit. I'm glad that's there. And to
you
watch
can play cornhole up on the fucking deck up there.
It's great.
Yeah.
To watch it burn did not help
the
fact of my weird mood at all. So, what are you going to do? So sometimes you have to say some mean Kobe jokes. Sorry.
Yeah.
She wasn't listening.
He's missed. He's still missed.
Loved Kobe.
Yeah. I still, every time I shoot for the basket, every time I throw something out from more than a foot or two away, Kobe.
I mean, if anything, think about it. He was like shit was about to suck, so he's like, oh, fuck it, I'm out. I had a great life. I'm on to the next one.
He most certainly did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yep. So, he didn't have to, at least he didn't have to deal with all this shit.
Yeah. They go to, like, God's like, Kobe, you were a good person. You did a lot of good charitable work. You inspired a lot of people. I'm going to give you another chance at life. But before I send you back, some shit you should know. You remember everything? Yeah, it's closed. What do you mean? Everything. Name a thing.
Name a thing. Yep.
Restaurants? Closed. What about basketball? No.
There's no fucking basketball?
No.
There's no basketball.
Arenas of cheering people. You can have 10. They all have to be 6 feet apart. And they're all wearing masks, so you can't really hear the cheers.
Right.
What the fuck are we doing? I'm going to stay here.
I'll just stay here. Never mind.
That sucks. All right. Hopefully this is helping. I don't know.
I hope so.
All right, Captain's Jug of Thoughts. Thank you for listening. Leave an iTunes review. Share with your friends. Get off Facebook. It's not healthy. It's not good for you.
No, yeah, it really isn't.
But if you need to,
unless you're checking out our site.
Yeah, unless you're sharing our stuff exclusively and repetitively everywhere.
Right. Otherwise, shut it down.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
What's that? Takeout Friday? Tomorrow?
We do have Takeout Friday tomorrow.
Well, today.
Oh, this is true. So it's our normal Fish Friday, as usual, and we're doing a barbecued chicken this week with your choice of potato salad, macaroni salad, and cornbread. So it's going to be delicious.
Good old
grilled
eating, yeah.
Barbecue, stick to your ribs type of shit.
Nice, dude.
So,
well, yeah, so every Tuesday, every Friday, right?
Every Tuesday and every Friday, we're starting to put up the signs all around, and I know that it's working because I live right next door, and I have my windows open sometimes, and I hear people saying it. So,
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, look at the Jughead's Taco Tuesday, guys.
Yeah. Taco Tuesday.
We're going.
Fish Fry Friday. The alliteration is what gets them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody go out to that. Go support. And yeah, well, stay tuned for this brick by brick thing that Ryan's putting together and donate some money. He's a good person. Don't associate anything I say with him.
He really is.
He really is. He's probably like, guys, did you have to do it with the whole Kobe situation?
Yeah, I know.
Did you have to tie the plug together with the awful Kobe jokes?
I know.
I don't know.
Did you have to say my name?
Okay. All right. We love you all. Please
We really
stay
do.
safe. We're trying to make some yucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Captain Jug of Thoughts.
Well, see you next time.